welcome to Titanium Tarot Tarot, and today I want to tell you guys, you are not out until you do not say you're out. Or should I reiterate? You are out when you say you're out. Okay? So, I'm going to take my example to talk about this. Alright? So, most of you know, if not most of you, I can't say all because you never know who comes onto my videos, but most of you know, all right, that I was hit by a car at age 19. Now, there were like mixed emotions on the people who knew me and whatnot. Some of them thought I would make it, some of them thought I would make it, some of them, excuse me, there's something floating in the air that caught my attention. That's another thing that came to me after being hit by a car. You know the dog in Up that goes squirrel every 5 minutes? That's sometimes me if I'm not concentrated enough on what I'm doing, or if something distracts me. But anyway, that is not the case. What I'm talking about is you are not out until you say you're out. Okay? So, after my accident, a lot of people were worried or were sad or thought that I was not going to make it and whatnot. Okay? Because I had lived through something extremely traumatizing or traumatic. I lived through something, traumatizing and traumatic. Not a lot of people get back from being hit by a car, okay? But, I mean, a lot of people thought that I would make it. A lot of people thought that I would get to the levels I am today. Now, I understand, but that is why I say you are not out until you say you're out, okay? It is your decision to say that you're done with something. That will mean that you're done with something. Until you finally decide to get out of something, you are still in it. So do not allow anyone else to tell you otherwise. If you want to still be in something and still work on something and still see where it goes, you can do that as much as you want. No one can tell you otherwise because it is your reality. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is no one, and I mean absolutely no one, has any say in what you create in your reality. And I am a big testament to this because I was able to get back from being hit by a car. All right? And not a lot of people can say that. But every single time I hit a roadblock, I would just be like, I would be in a little bit of a discomfort phase because that demanded that I grow and expand, which I did because I knew that if I didn't, I would go backwards. And going backwards was a big no-no. All right? So basically, what I want you guys to take from this video is that you choose what you are creating in your reality at every step of the way. And avoid allowing anyone else to say otherwise, okay? Because let me tell you, people will try and bring you down. I think this was crabs in a bucket, right? My finger is itchy. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is crabs in a bucket, all right? When one tries to get out of the bucket, the other ones try to bring it down. Okay, it's like the 60-40 rule. People want to see you succeed to like 60%. After that, they don't want you to succeed more than them. I'm generalizing, and I'm sorry about that, but I mean, it's a kind of truth. It's not true for everyone, but it is sort of true for some people. So take it with a grain of salt is what I'm getting at. But at the end of the day, if everyone understood that we do not have control over other people's reality, the only reality that we control is our own, that's when we'll be able to fully be able to live the life we want, how we want it, and when we want it, and all that jazz. So when we understand that bit of information, we also understand that no one else can affect our life other than if we let them. Well, it goes both ways. If we want other people, if we put other people's perspective at a higher position than ours, we will allow them to affect our reality. And by affecting our reality, they will basically change the way change what we are experiencing. But if we don't meddle, if we avoid allowing other people, notice how I'm changing my wording here. We avoid allowing other people to affect us. We also keep our energy to ourselves without trying to affect theirs. So, while avoiding affecting theirs, and by avoiding affecting their reality, we indicate to them that they are in full control of what they're doing, complete dominion over their reality. And it is by that understanding that they will get it, that they have created whatever they are currently having in their life. And at the same token, we have also created exactly everything that we currently have in our life and that we are complaining about or that we're joyous about. We have created it all, every bit of it. So, and the funny thing is just as fast as you've created it, you can uncreate it. Okay? So it is just a matter of perception and understanding that you have complete dominion over your life. And now I say that because for those, and I've mentioned this in this video, I was hit by a car, and it wasn't just a little scratch, it wasn't like a little bump. Okay, I was really hit. I was hit by a car. I was thrown 30 feet through the air and fell on my head, broke bones, had a massive head injury, had internal bleeding and all that stuff. Something that was so bad that you would be like, she's not getting back from this. She ain't. And so people didn't expect much from me. But I expected much from me. And I was able to overcome whatever I was put in front of. And because of that, I now have bragging rights. And I say that jokingly, but kind of not. Because thank God I was put in that situation, because of what I have created in my life, I am now able to tell people that you can do it too, and I can also show them how to do it, because not everyone thinks of these things, or not everyone is able to do these things. So the good thing is, when I was a kid, all right, I used to think that I knew that I was meant to be a leader. I knew that I knew something, that I would be like a teacher for others. I just didn't know what. So I would just act like I knew, and I would be like, you need to listen to me because XYZ. Because I have been divinely guided to believe that I know what I'm talking about, even if I had no clue of what I was talking about. But now I know what I'm talking about. I've been through it. I have the proof. No one can tell me I cannot survive something like this. Now, I'm not going to do it again. Don't get me wrong, okay? But if ever it comes back into my life, I know how to do it. Which does not necessarily mean that I will be able to do it, because what happened was that I fell, I was thrown and through the air, fell on my head, broke bones, also got a head trauma. So for those who know any type of concussion or head trauma, also know that depending on how big it is, you will have the most time, a lot more time. You'll need a lot more time to get back from it, right? So mine was big. It was a level 3. There are 4 levels of TBI. There's the concussion, the small version, and then number 3 and 4 are bunched together to make the third one. Sorry. So there's light one, which would be the concussion. Then there's the medium one, which is, I don't know, I only know the French one. It's médullaire. And the third one, okay, are levels 3 and 4, which to me are no man's land. And that is called severe. And I had a level 3. So if you were able to get back from that, I mean, come on. It says a lot more